My name is Zoe Sharp and I'm here at Bouchercon 2013 in Albany. Originally I came up with the idea for Charlie Fox through receiving death threats when I was working as a photojournalist. They were proper sort of cut out of newspaper, like a ransom note, and telling me my days were numbered, they knew where I lived, and I wanted to respond to those in a more kind of active way than I was able to in real life, and Charlie was the kind of embodiment of that reaction.
What do you like best about her?
The fact she does the things that I would have to think twice about.
What do you like least about her?
The fact she does the things that I would need to think twice about.
And how much of you is in her?
Well, I used to say, you know, it's obviously because you write a first-person character, it sounds, the voice comes across as very much like the writer. But now I've just given up that because nobody believes me, so I just say, oh, it's all entirely autobiographical. They are very different characters. I mean, Charlie is military trained, she came out of the army in very difficult circumstances, and really she was perfectly suited to the army, and she really would have thrived in a military career had it not been for the fact that it all went horribly wrong for her. Kelly had a totally different career mapped out for herself. She was a crime scene specialist. She was extremely good as a crime scene specialist. And suddenly she finds herself on trial for murder. She gets convicted of a manslaughter for a crime she can't remember committing. She distrusts not only her own ability to remember things, she learns to distrust the evidence that she's always set such store by, her colleagues who abandon her. Everything about her means that she loses her faith in everything that she's previously held dear. So she has to learn to trust again. I would like to explore other similar characters to Kelly who find themselves in a very difficult situation and who don't have the option to just pick up the phone and dial the police. So that would be, it's almost like a series of standalones, if that's not an oxymoron.
No, that makes sense. What are the challenges of writing a series?
Keeping it fresh, keeping the challenges going, keeping the conflicts believable, and I think keeping the character moving forwards. I like to keep Charlie having a personal journey as much as, you know, the stories and the events and the problems she has to solve within each book. She is developing as a person as she goes through, and that's what keeps me interested in the character in the series. But it's also the most difficult thing because you start to come up with an idea and you think, oh, hang on, didn't I do that in book 3 or didn't I do that in book 7? So it's keeping it fresh. I do a huge amount of research and then I try and leave about 90% of it out. It's just that one little bit of information that gives you the, you know, the proper feel and the authenticity for something.
And I assume riding motorcycles is part of the research?
Oh, of course. Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough job, but somebody has to do it.